Welcome back to another episode of Holistic Health is Hot. I'm so excited to get into today's episode. This is actually going to be a 4-part series of helping you become obsessed with your body. I want to go into a little bit of detail on why I'm starting this series, and then I'm going to go into part 1, which is all about how to love your body now, even when you have some sort of body goal or you're trying to make some physical changes. So let's get into it. Welcome to Holistic Health is Hot, where your journey to sculpting your dream body meets holistic health. I'm your host, Ashley Roberts. Here, we're going to chat about mindset hacks that have completely transformed my life and dive deep into nutrition and movement that will help transform yours. We're going to get into the intense connection between mind, body, and soul so you can glow from the inside out. Let's get into it. And remember, holistic health is hot. So first, let's talk about why I'm starting this 4-part series on becoming obsessed with your body. So I've worked with over 100 of women, and I count myself in one of those because I have had to lead myself through this insane mind-body transformation. And I have come to find in working with all of those clients on top of myself too, is that when I reached a body goal, it was never enough. I was never really fixing the thing that actually was going to get me to feel something differently. So, for example, when I lost a bunch of weight, obviously, I was on this high of like, oh my God, like I'm getting so many compliments. This is freaking amazing. Like, I feel like everyone's obsessed with me. But there was one thing missing, that like I wasn't obsessed with me. You know, I was filling this void with external validation. And as soon as that external validation stopped, because like people can only, say you look amazing so many times, and it's like that instant like gratification. And once that settled, I started to look in the mirror and I was like, whoa, like I'm not getting this external validation. People aren't telling me I look good anymore. What's going on? Am I really not feeling like I look good anymore? Is there like, did I gain weight back? Like my mind would go down these huge rabbit holes, and I didn't know what to do with myself. So after all of the external validation stopped, I had to take a good hard look inside, and I had to be like, okay, what am I actually craving? Like, what is this weight loss giving me? Obviously, I'm a big proponent of being healthy, taking care of yourself, but it's so important to love yourself in the process and become actually obsessed with your body and your life, or else what the fuck is the point of having your dream body if that's it? All you do is have a body that you've always wanted, but you don't actually feel good. You don't actually feel confident. You don't feel like this powerful, amazing human being that you are, okay? And so this is what this body obsession series is going to be all about. It's about falling in love with yourself, becoming obsessed with your body, feeling connected to your body, because all of these are so important. Even when I lost a bunch of weight, like throughout college and stuff like that, I would lose weight and then I would gain it back. And that's because I didn't actually have this like interconnectedness between my mind, my body, and just understanding what my body needs and when. It was this constant, okay, I'm just going to do what I know how to do to lose weight, like eat little calories, exercise more. And I could do it that way, but then I would end up getting self-sabotaging, gaining the weight back. It's because I never really had this connection to myself. I never really understood what it meant to be connected to my body. And I think obviously that's for male and female, it's important, but especially in females, like we literally can grow humans in our body. Like we are so fucking powerful. It's insane. Okay. But we need to learn to cultivate that and understand that and own that we are these powerful beings. And the way to do that is through a lot of different tools, but self-love, I think, is the biggest piece of the puzzle and an amazing starting point. And I've told this many times, but I remember I had my dream body, quote unquote. I thought I did, but even though I had my dream body, I didn't know that I had it because I was constantly striving to get to the next thing. I was like, okay, now that I'm here, I just want to lose 5 more pounds, and then I'll feel good. Then I want to lose 5 more pounds, then I'll feel even better and even more confident. And guess what? That never changed anything because I was always just chasing this dragon. But I say this because I had lost a ton of weight. It might have been the thinnest I have ever been in my life. And I had a therapy session And she's like, okay, like tell me 10 things that you love about yourself. And I was like, I literally just started bawling my eyes out, bawling. I couldn't do anything other than cry. And she was obviously like, tell me what's coming up for you. And I'm like, I can't even think about one thing that I like about myself, let alone love about myself. And this is kind of where my journey began. Because again, like I said, I had this body that was, it was beautiful and capable, and I didn't truly love myself, so it really didn't matter in the end. Because that's where true self-confidence comes from. It's where this true feeling of power and freedom and confidence comes from, is when you actually love yourself. And so we're going to start there today. I want to start off by saying 2 truths can exist at the same time, even if they do seem contradicting, okay? You can love your body now while still trying to maybe lose weight, have your dream body, feel good in your skin. It's okay to have those 2 truths exist at the same time. Sorry, my dog was just like weirdly growling. You can have 2 truths exist at the same time. You can love yourself and your body for who you are right now, while also and striving to maybe feel better in your skin. I think I have beef with body positivity, and before you come at me, I think it's important to love your body, obviously, hence what we're talking about today. But at the same time, loving your body is not binging on foods, which that's a whole other topic of, it's usually an emotional thing. It has nothing to do with the food itself. Loving your body is not sitting on the couch all day. Loving your body is not actively deciding to stay home rather than go to the gym. Loving your body is truly giving it what it needs and nourishing it. And so that's why with body positivity, I think I have this, I don't agree with it, because I think loving yourself at every weight is okay, but I think there's a difference between actually taking care of yourself versus being unhealthy. Healthy weight can exist at a lot of different weights. And again, weight isn't even the biggest factor, but I'm just saying that I don't agree with body positivity when you're not taking care of your body. I think it's wrong. You have one body and you need to nourish her. You need to take care of her. You need to honor her. And in order to learn that, yes, starting with self-love is important, but at the same time, you need to be honest with yourself of, am I actually taking care of my body, or am I just using self-love as an excuse to listen to my body and just sit on the couch when I know I should be moving my body? I hope this is making sense, because I think it's something that I've always wanted to talk about, but I know it's a sensitive topic, because trust me, I get it. Like when I was overweight, I was so vulnerable and I didn't know how to handle myself. I was so uncomfortable in my own skin. It was really, really hard for me to live my daily life without thinking about my body or thinking about food or whatever. And I'm not coming at people who are saying that it's important to love your body, because it is, but it's also, if not more important, equally important, to actually take the actionable steps to take care of your body. Okay. And I know that a lot of people, and myself included, I used to take so much action, and I was like working out and trying to eat healthy on quote unquote what I thought was healthy according to, social media and all the things, when it really wasn't. It was like I was taking too much action and not actually tuning into my body and feeling connected to my body. So I just always have to say that, because I think it's important to actually take care of your body, not just, okay, I love my body. Because I feel like that's what body positivity is just loving your body, but not doing anything to actually take care of it. And that's the definition in my brain. Okay. So again, body positivity, don't come at me if, you don't agree with me. I'm not saying that I don't agree that you should love your body, because that's literally what we are talking about today. But I do think that there is a difference between neglecting your body and loving it, and actually taking care of your body and loving it. Okay. So let's get into some quick tips on how you can start loving your body right now. First off, you need to be grateful for your body right now. Like I said, as she is, even if you're not where you want to be, even if, I think for me, I used to think I was so mad at my body. I was like, how could you not look the way that I wanted to? I have, tried everything. And like, I tried every diet, I did everything. And I'm like, I would literally hated my body. I was like, how dare you not do what I want you to do? AKA look the way I want you to look. Because I just felt like everyone around me just looked perfect, and I was probably eating healthier than a lot of people, okay? And so I was so angry with my body. And I think the first step in becoming obsessed with your body through self-love is being grateful that you can get up every single morning and you have the ability to take her for a walk. You have the ability to nourish her, because some people don't have that luxury. Some people don't have the luxury of going for a walk. There are things that we take for granted every single day that our body does that other people don't have access to. You know, I think about this a lot with my asthma, because I have really bad asthma. No, I don't. I'm not accepting that anymore, okay? I have asthma, and it's something that I've lived with my whole life. And when I can breathe normally, I'm not thinking about what my lungs can't do. You know, I'm not like, oh, I'm so grateful for my lungs, you know, until I start to have an asthma attack, or I can't breathe very well, or I'm trying to go to sleep and I like wake up in the middle of the night and have a coughing attack because of my asthma. That's when I'm like, wow, that's when I have those realizations of, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that like my body just breathes on its own. Like, how freaking cool is that? Okay. And same with like walking, same with, you know, you can relay that to anything. Just being grateful that we have a house to sleep in, a bed to sleep in. You know, like, again, some people don't have that luxury. And if you can kind of shift your perspective to remind yourself, like, it's so freaking cool that we have a body that does all these things for us, it's so much easier to actually love and appreciate it. So number one is just being truly grateful for your body. Number two, you have to forgive yourself for talking so negatively to your body. And this is something that is really hard to let go of. And if we were working one-on-one together, we would do some hypnotherapy and NLP practices, neuro-linguistic programming, to really help you truly release these thoughts. And it does start with talking positively about your body. So I know I said forgiving yourself for talking negatively. I think that's step number one. And then after that, talking positively. But we'll go into that in a little bit. You just have to forgive yourself, because I think, man, we are complicated humans, okay? There is this piece of forgiving yourself, because I don't think that you can truly move forward and love your body until you allow yourself to move forward and forgive that past version of you. And it really does take one decision and then practice over time. And that kind of brings me into, I'm going to mold this one with another one, which is reframe every negative thought about your body and replace it with a positive one. I feel like I probably sound like a broken record because I talk about this all the time, but to become obsessed with your body, you can't just, oh, I hate you, I want to change you. If you wake up every single morning and you're like, I'm so overweight, and you just constantly tell yourself, that's what you're focusing on. There's something called your reticular activating system, and what you focus on grows. So just to give you an example, you know, for me, I bought a 4Runner, okay? I have a Toyota 4Runner. I used to not see them all the time until I started like looking into it and was like, oh, this is kind of the car I want. Ever since then, I see them everywhere. It's because what you focus on, your reticular activating system starts to notice. So it just grows even more and more. And same thing with your body. If you're constantly like, oh, I'm so overweight, I'm so, I hate my body, like I don't want to take care of it. Any negative thought, what you focus on grows. So what do you think your brain's going to be focusing on 24/7 and looking for excuses or looking for, things that are just going to continue to give you that evidence that you are stating out into the world, okay? Because our body, like I said, our brain is always looking for evidence. So whatever your initial thought is, you are going to think back to past experiences. You're going to think about what someone said to you one time, and that's going to just fuel that belief over and over and over again. And so what you focus on grows. If you are looking to change your relationship with your body and change your physical body, you have to stop focusing on all of the negative things about your body. Again, you need to release them, and then you need to reframe with positive affirmations. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is going to happen overnight, okay? That's why we're starting this series, to help you build upon each other. But this first phase and this first episode is all about self-love. And in order to have self-love, you have to speak positively about whatever it is that you want in this world, okay? And we're not going to get into the whole world type of stuff, but in order to love your body and love yourself, you have to talk positively, okay? Every time you say something negative, I want you to think about, your younger self, yourself as a child. Would you say those things to her? No, you wouldn't. And even if you have, I think about this sometimes because I was so negative to my body for years and years and years, so negative and angry and all of the things. But I have a 7-year-old niece now. And so she's almost 8. But I would never say the things that I used to say to myself to her. And I honestly wish someone would have given me that perspective shift a long time ago. Because I think it just puts it into perspective. When you talk to yourself negatively, you're also talking to your younger self. You're talking to your future self. And I think it's a little bit easier to be like, whoa, I would never say that to my 7-year-old niece. Are you kidding me? Think about how we talk to children. We're so in awe of them for doing, it's cute because they're so young, but my nephew, Casey, he could do a little dance move and I'll be like, oh, you are the cutest thing in the whole entire world. But then if we do a dance move, we're probably in our head oh my gosh, someone's probably judging me, blah, 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 blah. It's no. We need to reframe that, okay? Also too, little babies, sausage legs, they're the cutest freaking things ever, okay? But if we think something about our legs, we're always oh my God. For me, I think I'm saying this because I used to always be so self-conscious of my legs. And I'm not gonna lie, there's still a little bit of that in my mind that comes up. And I just shut that down, okay? I forgive myself. And then I reframe with a positive affirmation, okay? And this is always gonna be a work in progress. Always, always, always. You just have to constantly get into the habit of speaking kindly and reframing any negative comments or thoughts or anything that you have. Okay, so let's just say I walk in a mirror and I'm like, ugh, I'm so bloated. This does not look good on me. And truthfully, I've been going through this right now because I was getting in the best shape of my life and that's still the goal. But what happened was when I got my appendix out, I've still felt so bloated ever since then. And I think that was 2 months ago or maybe 2 months ago, I got my appendix out and I have felt bloated ever since. So this is kind of coming up for me now where I have to remember and be grateful for what my body does for me. Because if I was so focused on I'm so bloated, what is that doing for me? Absolutely nothing. So I've had to do this in my own life where I've had to reframe constantly because I'm okay, just because you're bloated doesn't mean whatever, and I'm beautiful, I'm confident, I'm grateful for my body, whatever. I say whatever I feel like I need to hear, okay? Because talking negatively to yourself does not help anything. It doesn't do anything other than make you focus on negative aspects of your body, okay? Again, this is a work in progress and always will be. Like I said, for you, I have felt amazing in my body and I'm so positive, but then, maybe I have a week or a day or whatever where I'm not feeling so good and I just have to constantly reassure myself every single day that I'm so grateful for my body. I love her. I'm proud of her. I'm so grateful and all of the things. And I just tell myself what I feel like I need to hear. Okay. And I know that talking about your body can be a little bit weird and taboo because I feel like we all normalized. I just remember in college, we were just oh, I look so fat. Oh my God. We would say these words out loud to our friends. And I don't know if this was an experience for everyone, but I feel like we would all just be oh yeah, same, I don't feel good. Oh yeah, I'm so bloated. Or we kind of normalize negative self-talk about our body. And so it's going to take work to reframe that. And the thing is that it's hard at first, like anything. It's you have to train your brain again because we have all these neural pathways that get used to saying these negative thoughts. They get used to saying when you say, I am fat or whatever, or I am overweight or whatever you want to say. And I'm very real on this podcast, okay? I used to say I'm fat, I'm ugly. I went to dark places and that's okay because we are healed now. We are always healing, but when we say these things over and over again and we look for evidence and maybe we like hear another friend agreeing, not necessarily like with us, but with her, and maybe we're like, oh my God, maybe she does think I'm like overweight, like all of these neural pathways get connected and they get stronger and stronger and stronger the more evidence and the more times you say it. And so it's going to take work to actually break it up and be able to rewire them in a positive way. And it's always harder at first, but then again, once you train your brain, again, reticular activating system, what you focus on grows. So start to constantly focus on the positive parts of your body, and slowly but surely you'll be able to rewire those neural pathways and you will be able to be positive and it'll become easier for you. Okay. So the last thing I want to talk about is actually taking care of your body. I want you to think of discipline as self-care, okay? I think it's important to listen to your body, but it's also important to be real with yourself. You need to move your body and take care of her, okay? I'm going through this phase right now where, like I said, I got my appendix out and then I freaking hurt my back right when I was cleared to start working out and lifting again. And so that's why this is dragged on. I was only not supposed to, I think, lift things or do activity like that for like, I think it was like 3 weeks. The 3 weeks has turned into like 2 months because I hurt my back. And I think I myself have been almost using that as an excuse not to work out. And I still am moving my body. I'm still walking every single day. But I think I've had this realization. I'm like, okay, just because I can't like lift heavy weights or do certain types of movements, there's still other kind of workouts that I can be doing. So since my back is hurt, Eric, he's my personal trainer / obviously soulmate, boyfriend, if you don't know. But he was like, he kind of told me, he's like, you don't need to not work out. And I was like, what? I convinced myself that I couldn't. And he's like, we can just get some back stabilization types of exercises so you can still work out while your back is still healing. And I'm like, wow, you're right. I have been kind of using it as an excuse to like, okay, because sometimes like, all or nothing mindset, I still get in those phases sometimes. And I'm like, oh, if I can't work out to how I want to, I'm just not going to at all. It's like, why, Ashley? Why? We don't need to do that. So yeah, I am going to start working out again and just making sure I'm stabilizing my back. And again, maybe it takes a little bit more like thinking or preparation or whatever, but I need to do it, as well as sauna at the gym. Okay. So there's other ways of taking care of your body that aren't necessarily just like strength training or just doing HIIT workouts. Walking is a great form of movement, yoga, Pilates, take care of your body. And even if, you're like, I want to work out today. I kind of like this like structured discipline, or what did I used to call it? Shoot, I can't remember. But it's like there's structure yet balance, okay? So maybe you say every single day, I'm going to work out. And what that looks like depends on how you're feeling. And again, I think there is this whole piece of understanding what your body needs, and it can be hard to trust that and trust your intuition when you've kind of come from this dieting culture or, maybe from social media where everyone tells you need to like eat a certain way and like work out a certain way. And so it's hard to trust and know what your body is because we have all this information coming in our brain, okay? So you're working out every single day, but you're deciding based on what you feel like your body can handle. And again, I think it's not necessarily like what we feel like, but what your body needs, okay? Because I think sometimes, again, I am not perfect here. Sometimes I fall into the trap, like I said, where I'm like, oh, like I don't have energy. I should just go for a walk. When really my body like needs to move a little bit more, but I'm just kind of like using that as an excuse, okay? So discipline is self-care. Actually giving and honoring your body is very different than just doing what you feel like, okay? So I just want to make that distinction very, very clear. But it's important to take care of your body, okay? You can't actually love yourself without taking care of her, kind of like we talked about at the beginning. So you need to move her and also honor her, but also food. Guys, I love healthy food and I eat 99% whole foods because that's what makes me feel good. When I don't feel good. And my whole thing, my core value in life is feeling good. I like to feel good so I can have the freedom to do whatever I want. Because like for me, if I have a stomachache, I don't want to do a single thing. So I eat foods that make me feel good, okay? And I have plenty of episodes on nutrition and all the things, so I'm not going to go into it, but you need to put stuff in your body that is going to make you feel good, okay? And I think, again, if you're having cravings, like that's a whole other topic, but I think once you start to tune in and listen to your body, you will be amazed at how much more often you are going to decide and choose something healthy and nourishing over something that maybe you're craving but isn't going to make you feel good, okay? For me, I have dessert whenever I want. I almost said every day, but I don't want it every day, so I don't have it every day. When I want dessert, I have it. But 95% of the time, it's something that's going to make me not feel like shit. So maybe I'm having yogurt with some chocolate chips and granola. Maybe I'm just having some dark chocolate. But again, having dark chocolate, clean ingredients, not refined sugar, so I'm eating it in a way that feels good to me, okay? So how to actually, in terms of food, making sure that you're paying attention to the food you're eating and how you're feeling afterwards. If you need to take a little diary and start writing out what actually feels good to you, do that. So, let's just say you go and you eat a bowl of pasta and you're like, wow, I got so sleepy after that. Write that in your journal, okay? Maybe, and again, carbs are not bad. Pasta's not bad. I eat pasta every single week, multiple times a week, but eat it, see how you feel, and go from there, okay? Obviously, there are some caveats that, protein is really good for you. Trying to eat balanced meals is going to make you feel full and satisfied, but pay attention to the food that you eat and how you feel afterwards. Because I've had clients before, like, I just crave pizza and, I crave French fries and burgers and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with eating that, but I think it's important to, one, notice that you're probably craving a feeling, not the food, and two, notice how you feel after. That's why I don't eat foods that make me feel like shit, because I don't like to feel like shit, okay? And like I said, your body is your home, and you can't have true self-love if you're not taking care of her, okay? And you have to be real and honest with yourself. You can't just be like, oh yeah, like I'm listening to my body and she just wants to sleep. That's not, well, sleep is great, but if you have like a workout planned and you're like, no, I'm just gonna like sit and eat and watch TV because that's what I feel like my body needs. I'm like, does it? Because I don't think that's actually what she would want. That's not what your body's actually craving and what she actually needs. How you feel and what your body needs are two different things, okay? So to recap, you can love your body right now while still striving to reach a certain body goal or feel better in your skin, feel confident. Honestly, the key to confidence is loving yourself authentically for who you are right now, okay? So you need to be grateful for your body right now because we love her. Hell yeah. Say, I love you, body. Literally, this sounds so cheesy, but like sometimes what I'll do if I'm ever having like a lot of negative thoughts or I'm having like a bad body image day or whatever, I'll go into the shower and I will set the vibe, first of all. Always got to set the vibe for the shower, like a little salt rock lamp, a, candle, dim the lights, put on some Hertz frequency or some sort of, meditation, whatever. Get in the shower and like feel your body and just be like, I love you. I'm grateful for you. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Again, because what you focus on grows and it's going to feel hard and it's going to feel weird and it's going to feel uncomfortable at first. But once you can truly start to practice these, it's going to feel amazing. Okay. So also forgive yourself for your negative thoughts about your body. You're also going to reframe your negative thoughts with positive ones. And lastly, you're going to take care of your body, nourish her, move her, ask her what she needs, connect with your intuition, okay? I have a whole episode on intuition that you can check out too, but listening to your body is literally the cheat code to feeling good in your own skin, okay? Being connected to your body is so powerful. You have no idea how powerful you feel when you're in tune with your body. Okay, and how much control you feel over her when you are in tune with her and you listen to her, okay? So that wraps up part 1 of the Body Obsession series. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope that you understand how powerful and how much loving yourself right now while striving for your goals is going to help you become absolutely obsessed with your body. I'm so proud of you. If you made it till the end, I freaking love you. Thank you so much for listening to this episode, and I can't wait for part 2 of Body Obsession series. If you love this episode, don't forget to rate, review, share it with a friend. It means the absolute world to me. I love you.